Hello everyone, today I'm working on my Mercedes GLS450. This is 2017 model. The work I need to do is change the spark plugs, um, engine air filter, cabin air filter. So let's do one step at a time. First thing is let's take this piece off from here and pull this under the tab. There are tabs. This plastic cover is secured by just tab. You just gently pull them up from here, from this side, and two on the back. So just pull lightly. Don't pull hard because you don't want to break the tabs. All right. When all of them are loose, they just come out and keep them aside. So the now next step is to remove this cover. That's where the the cabin air filter and engine air filter. Engine air filter is here. These are two engine air filter. One is on the left side and the second one is on the right side. There are two engine air filters. But the cabin air filter, there are three of them, just right here underneath this section. So we're going to start taking off. The very first thing is remove this this strip, weather strip, or the gasket or whatever it is, the plastic strips. Let's get them off. So you pull this out from this housing here on the left, just pull them out, and then you just pull the entire rubber gasket just like that. And on the other end, do the same thing. You just have to make sure you pull this out from this housing as well. Okay, so here you go. Excellent. Now the whole rubber piece just comes out. Now what we have to do is, now that rubber gasket is completely out from here, there's a big one, so I think what we need to do is this just comes out. It just partially it's hold on the rear bracket, and partially it was by the rubber seal that was holding it. So it can literally come out by just pulling it at 45 degree. That's completely out. And as far as this, for cabin air filter, we just have to remove this as well. And you can see there are one tab. There's more like a clip. We have one clip, second clip, and third one is right here. So just snap them out like this. One, two, and this pull up. All right. Once you snap these three, this housing will just come out. Okay, gently just pull them out. Here you go. Okay, so I'm going to keep them aside. Now, as I said, there are three cabin air filters in here. The very first one is this, which is the outer side, and this one is held by these four tabs. One tab here, second tab is broken here, third and fourth, two on the bottom, two on the top. So all you do is you just slide it down a little bit, squeeze them a little bit, pull, and they just snap out. Okay, here you go. This was the original Mercedes. You can see the Mercedes logo on it, but now that I'm not going to use a Mercedes because Mercedes original one is freaking expensive, and you can see that even for the Mercedes brand, it's made by the MAN company, the MAN filters. So I would put a replacement similar to like that. And I don't know if you can see, but there are two filters in there. There are two of them. You see there right on the floor side, the two filters. So one by one, you need to take them out. So grab them from the middle here and push one side towards the left. And get it out. So as you can see, as you can see, there are two holes here on the side, both the sides. So usually there are I need a flashlight so I can show in there. They snapped into those holes. And the second one, once you get the first one out, the second one comes out really easy too. Same way, just push it towards the left. You just have to squeeze a little bit in order for them to get them out, and once they are free, they just come out. Both the filters are out, and then both of them are really identical. And to install the two new filters, that's straightforward. The way we took it out, just put the same way back in. Okay, so as you see, there are three cabin air filters. They all three were original one. So I took them out, and then I'm going to use the new filters, like maybe the off-brand, not exactly the OEM brand. You can see that these two filters from the cabin air filters are made by EcoGuard. I just got them from Amazon. They're really inexpensive as compared to these original ones. Yes, the original ones are really heavy as compared to these aftermarket. They are super lightweight, but who cares? It's just a cabin air filter, right? And there are already three filters we got to put in there. How much more filtration we need to breathe? Anyway, we are breathing outside air without any filter, so same air going to pass through this, and we have three filters. So I don't see any need to put in like $50 or $70, $50 at least on buying two filters of this high quality. So I'm going to use them aftermarket. And again, the process I just talked about, same to install the way the video took it out. Let me grab the flashlight, and I can show you the tabs inside that needs to go into these two holes. So as I said, if you with the flashlight, if you can see in there, you see these two the needle pointed plastic pieces, they're coming out. That one is going to hold the two holes on the first one should get in there. There is none such on the right side. That's why you should always install the left filter first. So let's push the new filter in there. There is no airflow directions on this one. Oh, there is. Okay. The airflow direction you can see. So we should be installing with the airflow arrow downward, because that's how the airflow from outside going to get sucked in for the cabin filtration process. So airflow is downward, and then push them in, and let's align these two holes. Let's align these two holes and make sure those plastic tabs, we slide them into those plastic tabs. If you can see, I'm really pushing to make sure. Yep, they did. The plastic tab, they both slide in, and the filter did go into both the tabs, the pointed needle, so that's secured in there. The second filter will be, again, follow the airflow directions. Airflow this way, the bottom flowing through towards the bottom. So I'm going to kind of slide them in, and then make sure they go. The filter is really, I might have to use both the hands. Okay, push them a little bit in. The second filter is not easy, it's a bit difficult, so let me make some arrangement. I'm going to keep the flashlight showing in there, and so if you can see, yeah, second filter is not going to be that easy, but wiggle around and it does sit properly. Yes, push it in. Okay, make sure they go side by side. Here you go. Now if you can see, both the filters are well placed. Again, I'm going to repeat, install the left filter first, because they go into those two pointed plastic tabs, the holes, they align the holes in there, and that's where the left filter and the right filter will just follow it. All right, now comes to install the cabin air filter, the third filter which is outside. So the third cabin air filter, which is outside, from fresh breeze, I believe, because that's the first defense against the air filtration. So I just thought, let's use really a good quality filter on this for the outside, and you can see from the old one. Just compare it. Always compare new filter with the old filter, just to make sure they are equal, and they are. So all we have to do is, there is the airflow direction, so you can see airflow direction. So airflow from outside in, so we're going to have this placed this way, so that airflow direction is towards the inside, inward. So I'm going to place this right. Again, they go under these in this section. Let's clean a little bit of dust here. So first, let's push the bottom third piece. Let's make sure the sleeves are okay. Push this in a little bit of push them in, and I know it's not going to go that smooth, so how about I just slide this with the angle. Let's slide this with a little bit of angle, or okay, I just have to push a little bit. Okay, here you go. You have to a little bit of push on the one side. Again, this side of the tab is broken, but yeah, you push on both the sides. I know this is sliding out, so I might just kind of take it back out and just push this in. Not sure if it's supposed to be out. I believe it was supposed to be in like this. That's how it was, the old one, the original one. Okay, so push a little bit on both the sides. Here you go. Now your third cabin air filter is installed. So that's exactly how you install the cabin air filter. They're pretty easy, and if you go to a dealer, they charge really hefty just to do this small thing. All right, and now that filter is installed, old filter goes to the trash. So the next step would be is put the cover back in here. So I did remove this section, and I'm going to put this back in there. Make sure this bottom tabs really align to these two tabs here, 1 and 2. All right, that's important. That's how it will be well secure. So just slide them in, straight go down, and they would sit properly. If you are able to see that, there's okay. So now just to check, yeah, if they're not aligned, they won't be going all the way this much. Okay, and then push this towards in, close 3 tabs, 1, 2, and then 3. Here you go, you're done. And then plastic cover will come later. So I'm going to continue with cabin air filter, engine air filter. So I'm not going to put the cover back in there. Now for engine air filter, what's needed is you need to remove these bar, both the sides, this bar and that bar. In order for this to remove the bar, first thing we got to do is there are two number 8. These are the 2 screws, number 1 here. So this is number 8. So unscrew them, take them out, and second one will be right on the top, at this side. See here, this one. So just remove this one. Once you have these 2 out, I'm going to remove by hand. You don't want to lose them. You can't fall into the engine bay, and then you may need one of the cabin air filter, engine air filter screw. See here. Here you go. Okay, as you can see, the plastic piece just snaps out. Take them out. Now you have easy access to the left side of the filter. Same thing we got to repeat on the right. Take the top cover and the middle piece. We use the same. There are 2 screws. We got to take them off. I'm going to put this on the side and go right. And first thing is you do is take this cover out. Okay, take them aside. again, two number 8 screws. One is here, and second one should be right here somewhere on the top. Yep, it's right here, if you can see that. Yeah, here you go. Okay, keep in mind these small pieces that we are pulling out from both the sides, they go underneath these two pieces. So when you're putting it back, that's why you got to remember. Okay, slide them out. Keep both the sides separate, right and left, so that you don't get installing them. Now we have easy access to both the filters. Let's start from the left. Okay, I got the screws out. Let me put these screws back here, somewhere safe. Okay. Now this is T25. Yeah, this is T25. All of them, there are 4 screws, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This, as I said earlier, I lost the the T25, so I fell in the engine bay last time when I changed the filter. That's the reason. I put some, I couldn't find that particular screw of that size. Maybe I didn't shop around that hard, but I installed this regular Philip flathead of the same size. That did work. That's supposed to do. So okay, I'm just going to use this magnet. What this magnet does is it really makes sure that a screw doesn't, when they completely come out, it doesn't go down. So that's how I lost the last one. Okay, it's better to remove by hand. All right, number 1, number 2, and as I said, there are 4 of them. You can see this is how easy. Oh, see, I just dropped it. Oh no. Not a problem. I will replace that with some one of the flathead that I use on the other side. I'm not seeing underneath, so I lost it somewhere. If I move the car around, unless if it's really easy to get dropped down there. All right, number 1, number 2, and as I said, there are 4 of them. You can see this is how easy. It may, but it may not, because there is bottom portion is covered, so it will just sit there in the bottom cover. Nevertheless, I'll install some other ones. Okay, so there's a chance to remove the. I'm looking for. Where is the lap? Is there any more? Yeah, there is one more here. I think I would have to remove this. All right, not I think I should remove this. You can always put this back when you're done with air filter. Here you go. Remove the one more T30 or T25. Let me be careful not to lose this one. The last one is the Phillips. It is just because I couldn't find this particular one, so but that does the purpose that's needed. I just changed this last 2 years ago. I believe we have to change cabin and engine air filter as a part of service B. I was getting a message service B5. So as a part of service B, what all we have to do is change the engine oil, change the engine air filter, change the cabin air filter, and flush the brake fluid. That kind of combine all that as a part of service B. Now that my vehicle is more than 50,000 or 55,000 somewhere around, I need to change the spark plug as well. So for the spark plug, that sits under these. So eventually I will have to remove this as well. So I'm going to change the cabin filter, engine air filter later on. Here is the engine air filter. You can see that. Yeah, I should really vacuum them. It's not that bad, but it's still not that great either. So it definitely is a time to change it. So